I know it sounds initially a bit counterintuitive, but I think we've probably gone as organisations just too much into reams and reams of information. I don't know about anybody here, but sometimes if I get risk papers, I think I know what the issues are, and then I spend all Sunday doing it, and then I'm not sure what they are. And so I think that there's always value in trying to keep things as straightforward and simple. And I think you can actually somewhat improve situations by.
One of the frustrations I find is around evidencing good behaviour, because we tried to look at a number of measures to demonstrate that as an organisation we were acting in the right way with the interests of our staff and our customers at heart. Intuitively, you think about net promoter scores, you think about advocacy, you think about referrals, but actually somebody could refer a friend or a colleague to the bank just because you've done a good deal for them, not necessarily because you've acted in the right way. So it could be commercially attractive, which would go against the sort of the principles that we're trying to discuss today. And the second thing's around how your staff feel as well, because often they feel, they feel valued, they feel part of the organisation, but they may not be acting in the right way. So for me, I think it's incredibly difficult to actually pinpoint, how do you measure that shift change? What we've tried to focus on is the expectations around the roles. So we've tried to talk to people around new roles that we advertise and that we introduce to the organisation, and really do deep dives on what do they mean for the organisation, and what does good look like, and what does the right behaviours look like, and then try and build those expectations into the role profiles. And for me, I think by having a systematic approach across the organisation for each role, for trying to create commonality and understanding, I think that gives you more sense of sort of progression, I think, going forward. So it's incredibly difficult. I don't think we've cracked it by a long way. And I think, like most organisations, the RBS is very good around talking about our values and what's important to us, but nailing that trust and integrity thing, I think, is still a challenge.
At the end of the day, culture, whatever we call it, values, behaviours, are undermined in a nanosecond. And the thing I look for as a chief executive in my own behaviour, the behaviour of my direct reports, and behaviour of any manager is you're looking for how do they speak? How do they speak of each other? How do they speak of their staff? What's the tone of their voice in relation to failure or weakness? Do they demonstrate anger consistently? Do they know their staff's name? Do they care about their people? How do they respond when things go wrong? That you create a culture of fear. We had the message for so long, but that one day, I can still remember, it was a Thursday, the tone changed because he went off the rails when we got that wrong, and I'll never do that one again.
A society or a culture or an organization or a tribe that is functioning well is most frequently self-regulating. So I say to you, you say to whatever it is, this isn't quite right, or let's look at it a different way. And what we have in all our organizations, whether it's banking or something else, we have whistleblowing lines, yes? So we have to have robust situations, or you can call up and all the rest of it. But what about the experience where, colleagues can actually say that isn't quite right? That's the thing that will help to move one forward. So I wanted to make that point. The evidence comes out of that, but we're not in business to provide the evidence. We're in business to do it the right way, and then hopefully the evidence flows.